Salutations! Welcome to another episode of Foxx Plays KSP, the 365-day challenge, the reboot. So, I'm not sure we actually have a launch today. It'll kind of depend on how well we've set up our last couple missions. And, well, to see what I mean, we're going to hop over to, I believe, Prospect 1. So I'll see you on the moon. Okie dokie. So yeah, we have been mining carbonite with our KA625 mini drill times 2, and that's been running in the background because it's awesome. And we've, I believe, filled up every tank we have with carbonite. So now it's time to try and do something with this. So first we're going to switch to our Kerbal, and we're going to start working on the process of setting up our mini refining. What's it? So it's a little awkward because because we are going to need to set up pipes between things. Now the idea is that Prospect will mine the carbonite, and Hamal 3 here will refine it into fuel. And then we will then bring, where'd it go? There we go, Cond 1 over, and we'll transfer the fuel. So this is mostly going to start off with just a whole bunch of EVA. So we're just setting up our, we're actually going to, now we're just storing that there, we're just grabbing all our bits and bobs, so I don't have to keep holding position here next to the spacecraft. We're just gonna pull in this aerial. And the ground pylon here was not strictly necessary, but I brought it because it means that range is not as much of an issue. Don't have to be super precise about our landings. Alright, and almost ready. Alright. Alright, so this is now considered effectively one craft. So start LFO. That should convert everything into liquid fuel oxidizer. Oh, there it goes, filling up nicely. And interestingly, the center of mass, you'll notice that we're slowly moving towards the Hamal 3. That's because our center of mass is changing. Interesting fact is that your viewpoint is always on the center of mass of any vessel you're flying. And Prospect 1, the ground pylon, and Hamal 3 are all considered the same craft by the game right now. So as we're generating liquid fuel oxidizer, it's slowly moving the center of mass over. Oh my. That's not a lot of LFO at all. Like at all. Well, that's not good. Well, actually, I guess we are going to have a launch today. I guess we'll finish up some of our EVA stuff. We'll just kind of get everything ready for sending the lander on its way. That'll mostly consist of grabbing these parachutes because an oversight was that the conned spacecraft, the orbiter, and as a result the return capsule does not have any parachutes. But first, I want to just test something. I'll probably do some of that off screen. But oof. All right. First, I want to test something. Yeah, I'll probably do a lot of the EVA type stuff off screen. But something that I definitely do need to do is test something. Alright, so I have box set installed, and I need to figure out drop. That doesn't seem right. That's unfortunate. So I was hoping. The other problem with returning is that we don't actually have any RCS on either spacecraft. So I was hoping that I could bring along some monopropellant tanks from the box set mod and basically just strap them onto our lander with some RCS blocks, and essentially that would let us dock with the orbiter more easily. But that doesn't seem to be how this is going to go. So we're just going to head back to our lander can, and we're going to have to. It's going to be a bit fiddly. We do have RCS, which is important. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm going to walk back because I don't want to use any of this RCS. It's very, very minute, but it does matter. But I'll just cut that out. Just because we do have RCS in those lander cans, so we can just we can attach the RCS blocks, and hopefully that will be enough for us to dock safely to the orbiter. Well, anyway, I'm going to put a cut here, and I'll see you on the launch pad, I guess. Alrighty, here we are on the launch pad, and we've got a pretty standard Tantares launch today, and it's just carrying crew, but they are being delivered to ODARP, or ODARP 2 as it is. So throttle up, SAS on, to space! So yeah, there's not a lot special about this launch, but there are some things that I want to test. Partly, I was thinking about it, and I could have sworn that the that there were different RCS tanks that you could manipulate using Kerbal Attachment System, and it turns out there is. And well, I kind of want to futz around with it and make sure that it works the way I think it'll work. So this is a good opportunity to test that out in a safe environment. I think essentially, if things work the way I think they work, then we're going to hold off on bringing back Cond, and we'll send one more rescue and repair craft to the area, specifically to deliver small RCS tanks, because we have the RCS blocks up there already. I'm going to throttle up here. Nice. Right. And I'm also delivering just some basic supplies to ODARP. Anyway, kind of a tried and true rocket here, so we're gonna just kind of skip ahead to probably rendezvous. We are trying for a direct approach, and there's ODARP there, so may as well set the target. All right. Well, I'll see you up there. Alrighty. So we are cruising in towards ODARP 2, and managed to achieve a one orbit rendezvous. It was not a direct surface to ground rendezvous as I'd like, but you win some, you lose some. We're gonna just give ourselves some time to reorient here out of time acceleration. Still 2 minutes away from our. Oh, here we go. Minutes goes fast when you are under high time acceleration. So we should have a 200 meter rendezvous. Sorry, messing about with the camera there. Alrighty. So we'll pull up our handy dandy docking computer, courtesy of Navy Fish. We're making sure that we're selecting the right docking port. Yeah, I don't think that's the right one. That's the right one. Alrighty. So we will So something else that we're performing with this flight is we're testing the alignment of our KERS automated docking system. Alright, and RCS on. I'm going to thrust forward towards the station. And we're still about 300 meters out, so this is maybe a bit premature. Let's close at about 10 meters a second. Alright, time to start slowing down. A very unorthodox approach here. I know it's a little hard to see. So we're essentially going to slide in right next to it. Going to slide in right next to it. And just dock up. It's a little hard to see. We're in just about the worst position for you being able to see the docking correctly. But thrust ahead. So we're now closing with the station. Still using fine controls, but the longer, if you hold fine controls for or if you're using fine controls and just hold the key for longer, it has the same effect as non-fine controls. So I really like fine controls for docking, because it lets you do the really fine maneuver stuff without sacrificing necessarily the responsiveness of not fine controls. Alright, and we're just gonna thrust ahead a whole bunch. Alright. So the question becomes, did we line up our curves correctly? Partly. Okay, and to demonstrate that, how are we gonna do this? It's kind of the wrong way to flip, but never mind. Can always do a roll later, but we're rolling anyway, so that's fine. So yeah, this is ODARP 2, that is. So yeah, and basically based off of this, I'm going to realign my my curse docking dishes. If you don't know what I mean when I say curse, basically the Russians had a system by which all craft robotically dock with each other. There's no piloting involved, really. It's all done by computer. But the computer needs data to figure out how close it is to where it needs to be. And to do that, they use these little dishes, and these dishes are on Soyuz and ISS and basically anything the Soyuz or the Progress ever docked to. What a great shot! Look at that. And as you can see, the one on our Soyuz, or our Tantares, that is, lines up with the one on ODARP 2, but the other one does not. And we could fix this, but basically we'll just fix that in subsequent flights. So we'll turn off our docking computer, and we will do a quick EVA. And so first we will open container, and okay. Okay, and it appears that that we do in fact have good control while we're holding this monopropellant tank. So we've added a little bit of monopropellant. Well, anyway, there's basically some minor construction stuff that I wanted to do while I was up here, such as basically adding struts to this module here, because this is a permanent module. The rest of this spacecraft, basically, the way I'm looking from this node down, that's all just one resupply craft, just super heavy resupply craft. So I do need to add some struts to make sure that this never really goes anywhere, just to kind of strengthen things. But again, I'll probably do that off camera. So anyway, we've done our mission today. We've fulfilled mission requirements. So it's not great, but it's there. Sorry for the super lateness of today's episode. I lost power for probably 15 hours earlier today, so it was kind of threw me for a loop. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you again. But yeah, we are now on the moon, and we're refining carbonite into liquid fuel oxidizer to send our Kerbals home. That's the first time we've actually set up a successful carbonite refining operation here on the channel, so that's exciting. But yeah, so yeah, hope to see you again next time. Take care.